Hi guys, welcome back to the video. So today we're going to be talking a bit more about models, not models as in supermodels, but models as in models in MVVM and the iOS architecture. So we're basically going to explore that a bit more. Now I'm not going to go into too much in this video specifically because I've actually already kind of discussed it in a previous video. So I'll put a link in that video, in this video for that video, so you can actually go and watch it. That was a tongue twister. So we're going to basically explore things such as structs today, and we're actually going to basically discuss a tiny bit about access control as well. So if you want to get started, let's get started. If not, then pause this video, watch the video on MVVM, and then come back. If that's everything, then let's get started and let's crack on with today's video. Okay, so carrying on from the last video, we actually need to create our model. So our model is basically the data that was basically shown on the screen and is represented by a struct. So basically the best way to think about a struct is it's literally just an object that can hold different properties and data associated to itself. So let's get started and let's just do that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create a new group here called model, and then within that we're going to create a brand new Swift file. So we just go on the folder that I just created, or you just created I should say, and we just go to new file, and then if we just create a new Swift file and hit next, and then what we'll do is we'll call this new Swift file team. Cool. And then what we will do is we'll basically create a new struct called team as well. And then this is the base structure of it. So I don't know if you've clocked, but basically team here and team here are the same, just to keep it nice and clean and consistent. So what we're going to do now to represent our data, because if we just go back and we just basically just look at our design, you'll actually see that our cell of team has a few properties. So it has a name, it has a founded, it has information about that team, it has the badge and whether the chant is playing or not with the little playback button. We need to add those properties to this model so that we can basically, like I just said, display on the screen and show what state it's currently in. So let's start adding some properties. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically create some constants. Right, cool. So it's worth chatting about this before we continue. So what this is, when we specify let and then this keyword here and then the type, so this is a constant. So with programming in general, not just iOS programming, you basically have constants and variables. So with constants and variables, they basically allow you to either store a value and change it later on in the future, or it just stays the same and you can't basically change the value. So what this is here is this is a constant, and the reason why we said that we want the name to be a constant is because you don't really change a football team's name. It always kind of stays the same. So you wouldn't want someone to come along and change this constant. And we specified it as a string because it needs to hold some characters relating to that team. So you can't represent Arsenal, for example, as a number. Arsenal is comprised of ARASENAL, and those are all characters, so it has to be a string. Same thing with information, it has to be a string as well. The founded, now this could be up for debate. Now this could be this actually could be an integer or a date, but just to keep it simple, we're just going to use it as a string. And is playing is not a constant, it's a variable because it can change, because the chant for the team could be playing or it could stop playing as well. So this could be true or false. So that's why we set this as a variable. So what we're actually going to do now is we're actually going to basically add a few more properties, because if you actually look at the design, and I'll just quickly get up the design now. and just drag this over for you to see. If you just look at the design, we actually have something here where we actually display either the current manager or the current head coach. So let's get started and let's just add that in. Okay, so because we have a person who could either be a manager or a head coach, what we're actually going to do is we're actually going to basically create a new file in the model, and we're just going to call this manager, and then what we're going to do is we're going to basically create a new struct called manager, and then we're going to give this two properties. So we're going to get two constants, so one called name, and then we need to specify, because if you look at the designs, they could either be a manager or a head coach. To handle that, what we're going to do is we're actually going to specify a new enum. So we're going to create a new enum called job type, and then within this enum we've got a case called manager, and then we've got another case called head coach, and then we're going to basically give this struct this enum type. So like I said in the previous video, we're using this enum to basically uniquely identify what type of job this person has, and in this case it could either be the manager, it could either be they are a manager or they are a head coach. So let's do that now. So we're going to say job, and then we're going to basically give it a type of job. Well, let's rename this, and rather than call it job type, let's just call it job. Yeah, let's call it job. Right, cool. So now we're going to go back to our team struct, and we're going to literally just add in this new property. So underneath the info, you just want to add let manager, and then that's it. So what we want to do as well is you want to basically add some sort of like ID for this team, so we can identify the team itself. So we're going to create a new property here at the top here, and we're just going to call this let ID, and then we're just going to basically call this use the team type to identify the actual team that this is as well. Now it's really important that you guys use the exact same ordering that I've used here, because in a future video, when we use the view model and you drag a certain file in, it needs to match this ordering. So just basically make sure that it's in the same positions. Your team struct is in the same position as mine, so you don't get any errors. So one thing that we also need to do as well is we basically now need to also just create some dummy data. So what we're going to do is we're just going to literally create an extension on team, and we're just going to basically use a new property, new computer property, and then this is just going to be an array of teams. And what we're going to do is we're going to return an array of teams. So let's do that now. So we just type the keyword return, and then within this array we're just going to create some dummy data. Now you can copy what I'm about to put in, or you can put in your own. It's completely up to you. So we're just going to select the first one, and I'm just going to choose Arsenal here, and then for the name here I'm just going to put in some dummy information like team 1, and then for info you can put Lauren Ipsum. I'm just going to put some random stuff. So this is some dummy information, and then for the manager we're just going to create a new manager. And then for the name, you can put your name in here if you want to. I'm just going to put manager 1. And then for the job, I'm going to say he is the manager. And then for founding, I'm going to basically put 1800s. Now, again, just basically you can fill it out with the information that you want to fill it out with. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this again. And then I'm going to change this but it's very interesting because if I go back here, delete this, if I just hit the dot, you'll see because this is an enum, you basically see that you have all the options for the team type. So you can choose any of the options. So what we're going to do here is we're going to literally just choose another team. So let's choose Aston Villa. And then we're just going to change this information here as well. And then we're just going to change this to, let's say, yeah, let's just say 1840s. And then we're going to copy another one. So we get 3. You know, 3 is the magic number. And then we're going to change this again to another team. So let's just select this. And then we're going to select Brighton. And then we're going to change this to team 3. And then we're just going to say manager 3. But this time, actually, we'll change this one. So rather than this being manager 3, we'll just say head coach 1. And then we'll change this enum again. So if you just hit dot here, you will see that you get the options again. So you get head coach and manager. So let's select head coach. And then we're going to change the founded to 1830. All right, cool. So now we have our dummy data. And don't worry about this for now. We will worry about how and why it's important in a future video when we're actually laying out the views. So like I said before, I want you guys to copy the structure of this team. And the reason for that is because I basically wanted you guys to just copy in the view model. So basically just go back to the folder that I told you guys to download previously in the other video. If we just literally just go back into here and then we go into the assets, you'll see a folder called view model. So what I want you guys to do is to drag this into the project. Make sure that the copy items are newly selected, create groups, and football Swift UI 2 or whatever your target is called is selected as well, and then hit finish. If we just open this up now, so what we actually have here is we actually have an array of all the teams in the current Premier League season. So because I'm kind enough, I've done that for you guys, you know what I mean? Ride or die. So what we'll do is we'll actually go through this down and we have all the teams, and you can see that we set them all up with the name, ID, information, manager, all that information. So what this actually is, it's an array, so it's a collection. So with collections, you want to basically use them when you have like multiple data that needs to be like associated with each other. So let's say, for example, you have like a queue of people and you want to identify each person in that queue. It will make sense to basically put them in an array. So you have different types of collections, and don't worry, there'll be again, as usual, another video on it to basically discuss what it actually is. And we basically have this keyword here called private set. So what private set is it's literally a access control thing. And what access control basically means is how you can actually use and change this property. So what we said here is we basically said that you can access this property from outside of this class, so in another file, but you can only change it within this scope. And we'll actually see an example of us accessing this property from outside of this class. So that was everything for today's video. What we'll do in the next video is we'll actually discuss and actually start getting into the layout of things with SwiftUI. So as usual, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. And I'll catch you guys in a bit. Deuces.